Let's talk about the options ETC has to offer for Timecard approvals. First, we'll go over digital approvals for employees, supervisors, and admins. Then we'll go over print and sign approvals. The admin approval page offers the most generalized digital approval option. By approving through this page, it effectively locks the entire pay period for all employees in the company. If you utilize the Locations feature under Setup and have multiple locations, admin approval will need to be executed for each location. When approved, the pay period is locked, preventing any changes to be made on any time cards. This includes clocking in and out. So if you accidentally approve the pay period you're currently in, your employees will no longer be able to clock in and out. To remove an approval, simply come back to this page and utilize the Remove Approval button. If approving time cards individually is what you're looking for, we have two options listed in General Setup Options under Setup. In the Employee Time Card section, you can choose Employee and Supervisor or Supervisor only. Employee and Supervisor requires two levels of approval. The employee must approve first, then the supervisor will be able to approve. This activates a button at the top of the time card for the employee. As with all of the digital approvals, if the employee approves the current pay period, they will no longer be able to clock in and out until the approval is removed. Once approved by the employee, the supervisor will have the option to approve from within the time card edit page. Approvals can be removed from the same location in which they were applied. If you want your supervisors to be alerted once the time card has been approved by the employee, there is a setting you can utilize on the Monitor page under Setup. Supervisor only works just the same, but skips over the employee level. No Approve button will be available on the time card, but the Edit page will allow supervisors to approve individual time cards. With both options, the supervisor level approval can also be applied by the admin username. So if the admin clicks Approve on the Edit page, the system will consider it approved by a supervisor. So what do approvals amount to beyond locking the pay period? In the Detailed and Summary reports, you can activate the approval column in the filters at the top to display what level of approval has been applied to each employee's time card. It is also displayed in the Authorization and Workweek reports. In the individual report, you can even see the date and time of the approval and the username that approved. Now let's talk about print and sign approvals. One option is having the employees print their time cards. At the bottom, there is a general statement and a signature line. Another option would be utilizing the authorization report, which can be granted to employees from the Access page under Setup. The neat functionality of this report is the ability to customize the approval statement. By default, there is a generalized statement, an employee signature line, and two supervisor signature lines. However, all of these fields can be customized. Under Setup, there is a page called Title Setup. This is where you can change the names of standard terms in our system in order to fit your business better. But at the bottom is a signature statement section. Let's look at what each field does. When anything is entered into the employee section, it replaces the general approval statement, but keeps the employee signature line. So you can replace the statement, or if you don't want a statement at all, you can just enter a space in the field. The supervisor section controls the two supervisor signature lines. Entering anything will replace them. So you can add an additional statement, you can manually create a different signature line, or with a space, you can remove it altogether. Regardless of which approval method you use, if you want to make sure everyone reviews their time card at the end of the pay period, you can utilize a feature under Setup in Report Setup called End of Pay Period Email Reminder.